everybody, this is Palace or Forest. I'm Old June. Today we are talking about an unusual country, Germany. During the Second World War, not the end yet, the USA and the USSR had already begun their competition. After the war, if the defeated countries could be annexed, they were annexed. If they could be absorbed, they were absorbed. And if neither was possible, they were split. Be aware, if you were a defeated country, your fate was very miserable. This led to the creation of North and South Korea, East and West Germany, North and South Vietnam, and mainland China and Taiwan. However, North Vietnam unified the South through wars in 1975, and East Germany and West Germany united in 1990 peacefully. We can learn something from this separation to unity. How did they do it? Whether it was a communist party or any other, it did not matter. The final goal was a united Germany, and they succeeded. Now, let's review the situation of Germany. After World War II, Germany was split into 4 sections, belonging to the USSR, USA, UK, and France. The USSR took the East, while the USA, UK, and France took the West. Later, the West became West Germany versus East Germany. The city of Berlin also split into 4 sections. The USA, UK, and France controlled West Berlin, while East Berlin was controlled by USSR. We heard a lot about the Berlin crisis when we were young. When the USSR and the USA confronted each other severely, Russia cut off West Berlin's supplies through land routing. Every supply had to be airlifted. I remember Russian leader Nikita Khrushchev in the UN. He was very angry and knocked the desk with his boot to demand the West leave Berlin. I must give the US a lot of credit for resisting such pressure. The USA had to show that the material and spiritual level of the West were higher than the USSR's communism. The rebuilding of Europe, particularly Germany and Berlin, was the first considerations. Many Germans fled to the West from West Berlin. In 1961, the Berlin Wall was set up. Nothing changed, even as Germany insisted on unifying the country. It wasn't until November 1989 that the Berlin Wall collapsed. In October 1990, Germany unified the second time. Not long after, the USSR dissolved in December 1991. No more USSR. It was now Russia, a significant event in the 20th century. This was the second time Germany unified. The first time was in the 19th century. Germany and Italy were the 2 late unified countries in Europe. The first unification of Germany occurred in 1871 after Prussian victory in the Franco-Prussian War. After Napoleon, law and order collapsed in Europe in the early 19th centuries. France still tried to be head of Europe. Prussia grew stronger and finally challenged France's authority. Otto von Bismarck wanted to have a war with France in 1870 to get independent states like Bavaria, Württemberg, and Baden to join the north of Germany. The war ended in January 1871 with Prussia winning. France paid money and ceded land, Alsace and Lorraine. This was the backdrop of the famous writing, The Last Lesson. In 2018, President Trump was in France and refused to attend a ceremony for U.S. soldiers killed in Europe. Trump said something like, "When you French in the class for the last lesson, we Americans fought for you and died in your land," causing embarrassment for France. How about Germany dealing with the guilt of World War II? I remember a poignant photo from 1970. West Germany Chancellor Willy Brandt visited Poland in front of the anti-Nazi uprising ghetto heroes. Brandt knelt down, observing a moment of silence during a visit to the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising Memorial. Can you believe it? I was deeply moved. China couldn't even get Japanese apologies. I have a great respect for Brandt. Of course, later, Poland became very friendly and settled some issues with West Germany. Another German leader, Angela Dorothy Merkel, I respect her ability and political wisdom. She was in power for 16 years, from 2005 to 2021. She visited China 12 times. She was from East Germany and wouldn't challenge Putin of Russia. She knew how to speak his language, securing Russian cheap energy and building natural gas pipelines from Russia. During her rule, Germany's economy and GDP ranked at the top in the EU. Germany's 2022 GDP per capita was 52,800. Germany has to support Ukraine fighting against Russia. So later, the situation has turned worse and worse. Rumors said the U.S. destroyed the natural gas pipeline, causing Germany to lose Russia's cheap energy supply. German economy is on a severe downtrend. However, Chancellor Olaf Scholz dares not to complain. So, what is Germany going to be? I believe when the time right, they will rise again. Today we stopped here. I hope you like my show. See you next time.